Yo, 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 Big Cash back up in here. So the new ammo, the new story that's going around is that Kendrick Lamar stole Drakeo the Ruler's style. Stole his flow or whatever, right? Because Drakeo the Ruler's dad was on No Jumpers podcast. And we got a couple people tackling it. We got Glasses Malone in this one, and we got another the TikToker we always looking at. And there's a video that's resurfacing. I seen it a while ago. It was Drakeo the Ruler saying that there's gonna be an album that got his sound. You know what I'm saying? And Mustard is going to be the producer. So, and they got the little pictures beside it, like that's going to be GNX or whatever. But he's saying that he's not going to be on it. I got a lot to say about that. I got a lot to say about that. But before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. Appreciate everybody supporting the book, supporting the channel. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe because this is the latest, y'all. This is what's going on. You know, they gotta have some ammo. Every other day they coming out with some new, what they call ammo on Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, let's get into it. Y'all know I like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
I just let everybody know, like, oh, even the biggest artists from the West Coast are aware of his contribution. But when you see Kendrick not doing it, does that hit you a little bit different? Because on one hand, it would be nice. On the other hand, it's probably at least a little bit political.
It did. I mean, because when I actually was listening, because I mean, I'm not a big Kendrick Lamar person listening to his music. Yeah, I'm really picky with music. You know, just being that I'm a musician and all that. But I heard this one song of his. I'm like, wait, I didn't know if I was listening to a Draco song that I just didn't hear yet. I'm like, oh, this is one of my son's songs that I haven't heard yet. And then that's not Draco. That's Kendrick Lamar. I'm like, wait, that's Kendrick Lamar? He sounds just like. And then that's when I knew right there, oh, this guy, he sounds, the rhyme pattern, the syncopation, all of that was the same. The flow, everything was the same. Now, far as him giving him the props, maybe it was a politic thing. Maybe it was politics, you know what I'm saying? I can't be trying to go on that bandwagon right now with what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make this positive movement, you know, right now with, you know, these rappers and this rap stuff. And if I, you know, shout out Draco, you know, and just let people know I'm using this flow, that might be bad for what I'm trying to do. So I can understand it on that level. But at some point, you got to keep it real.
Y'all let me know. Did Kendrick take Drakeo's flow that he have? If you haven't,
just let everybody know, like, oh, even the biggest.
Excuse me. If you haven't heard Drakeo the Ruler, go listen to him. I like the flow. You know what I'm saying? I like the flow. But I'm gonna come with my commentary though. This is the video right here. Everybody's going, and it says Drakeo the Ruler literally predicted Kendrick and Mustard were going to run off with his whole wave years ago. Drakeo the Ruler, October 16, 2021. Check it out.
It's going to be some special tape that's going to come out with all the LA rappers, right?
So he's saying it's going to be, I guess he's predicting there's going to be some special tape come out with all the LA rappers. Check it out.
And the only person that's going to be missing is me. But it's going to be all the niggas that came up under my wave, all the shit that I created and started. Let me guess. And then the special producer that's going to produce this tape is going to be Mustard. Let me guess. This is before this happens. I'm just going to predict the future because that's how this going to go. It's going to be every single nigga that's under me. Before this happens, remember the video. Remember this video I had on, so we can remember this. Keep it in your archives. I had on AP, 2 tennis chains, another 2 on the other one, Another 2 tennis chains on my neck. 4 carats in my ear. Remember this day. What day is it, Ron?
The 16th.
The 16th. October 16th. If you remember, I said this. There's going to be a mysterious tape with all the LA artists that came up under the Draco wave, the Stink Team wave. All the artists, they're going to be on there. The only person that's going to be missing is me, right? And the Stink Team. And Mustard's going to produce it. Remember I said this. Because I just know how these niggas think. I'm ahead of niggas.
So for those that don't know, the brother had passed away a couple years back. I don't know if it was 2022 or 2023, but he passed away. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get Glasses Malone. We're going to see what Glasses Malone got to say about it, and then we're going to see what the other brother got to say about it, and then I'm going to come tell you what I think about it. Let's get it.
That's a good thing. I saw that too. I have a lot of patience when somebody passes away. I mean, when someone passed away, like how Draco died in a really, very, honestly, very irresponsible on his behalf. And I know that's fucked up because he did pass away, but it was really irresponsible on his behalf because culturally, like he meant more to.
Hold on. It says Glasses Malone responds to Drakeo the Ruler father comments about Kendrick Lamar stealing his son's flow.
Everybody on the West than some of the stuff he was getting himself into and some of the things that he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like he put himself in a really bad situation, you know what I mean? And it ended up fucked up for him. And we got robbed of somebody, you know what I mean, that really could have done incredible things for West Coast, you know, street urban culture, for hip hop. And his dad, I would imagine, is really sad to lose his son. Now, I don't know their dynamics. His brother, Ralphie the Plug, is doing really good with his music. You know what I mean? But I really kind of got to have like mercy on his dad for whatever he's saying. But it's irresponsible of his dad to question somebody's intention without reaching out and speaking to them. Like, Doc, one thing I give Doc credit, he not ducking nobody. Like, he not the kind of person that if there's any question, not to mention, like, that's the point of Snoop just hit me today. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. He FaceTimed me earlier. We was talking for like an hour. And he was telling me how important it is for me to keep leading the path and being okay when somebody is influenced by something that I do. He said that's the hardest part for him. He said it's like sometimes he'll get lost and be like, wait a minute, y'all giving credit to that nigga when I started this. And he was saying that to me because a lot of the things that I come up with, people kind of take them and do it. Like right now, what we did with this, you know what I'm saying? And I understood. So like somebody like Draco does get a lot of credit right now. That
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all just a message. If you get an idea that you see nobody else have, the universe gave you that idea. Act on it before it take it back and give it to somebody else. Message.
He passed away. But somebody like One Take Jay is just as influential as Draco the Ruler. Possibly more. If shout out to the Blue Bucks clan, shout out to the clan. If the clan is the offsprings of Draco's style, Blueface is the offspring of One Take Jay's style. That's a platinum artist. So it kind of comes and goes, like we inspire each other. So it's nothing wrong if you feel that there's a flow comparison to what this man is doing. You know what I mean? But it's a way you say it. And when you go get on Adam platform and then you try to shame or discourage the homie, like the homie has something to do with what happened with your kid, that's what's wrong with niggas in the first place. That's how this shit be going bad. So if I knew his pops, I really would have got at his pops like, hey, homie, like you could talk to the homie if you felt that way and tell him that. Is no reason for you to take that publicly and try to disparage, like use disparaging words to hurt somebody that really don't need nothing from your son, that didn't need nothing that your son created, that could have did a million things. People going to discover your son because of what this man did. And I'm not sure I would say he even took that specific flow, to be honest. It's a lot of E40 and a lot of different things in Draco style, even though he is an architect of something special.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I didn't like that at all, dog. You know,
His flow is unique. That's why I encourage y'all to go listen to Drakeo the Ruler. His flow is unique, you know what I'm saying? But it developed from somewhere. It developed from somewhere. His surroundings. That's what Dot was looking for when he created that. Did Drakeo the Ruler write Kendrick Lamar's raps? No, nah. That's what Kendrick Lamar was looking for. He was looking for the LA sound. You know what I'm saying? That's why he good. And I've seen other brothers give Drakeo his credit, like, yo, he leading the charge with this flow. You know what I'm saying? I think his name is a guy with tattoos all on his face. He was on Adam platform before. I think his name X4 or 4X, not 4 Extra, but it's another one where they got similar names.
You know what I mean? I didn't like that. As far as the Owls running with something, some dudes hit me on Twitter the other day, right? And I tried to have dialogue with fans. I'm starting to realize there may not be dialogue with stands, homie, but with fans. Mm-hmm. So I was explaining to them in the room that I got signed to Cash Money. I was signed to Cash Money before Drake. I was there when Drake came. I remember when Drake deal was done. I remember how they started working his record, and I was telling them that. Some asshole said Glasses didn't sign the Cash Money to 2011 because they Googled it, and the first paragraph you read on Google is Glasses Malone was signed to Cash Money to 2011. But if you do one lick of homework past that, you'll realize Certified came out in 2007. The Certified video came out in 2008. Haters with Lil Wayne and Birdman came out in 2008. Sun Come Up with Rick Ross and Birdman came out, and T-Pain came out in 2009. You will see that I was signed there first, no matter what Google says. They just wrong. And people find so much confidence.
That's a fact. Google can be wrong, y'all. Google can be wrong.
And I'm saying it to the dude, and the dude is calling me a lie. So they started to run with Glasses wasn't signed there before Drake. He just, he came after Drake, and they kind of ran with it until somebody got smart and said, nah, he was signed before then. And then the narrative became, oh, Glasses must be jealous of him because they must have chosen him. No, none of the above. Drake was a well-deserving artist when he came there. He was a great record maker. They did a good job by him. You know what I'm saying? My problem is different. I didn't know nothing about the business. I was just really the culture. That's it. So things happened for him the way they should because he worked and he got really good. And his team, who is not really credited in all of this, somebody like 40, they really dope. It was just the low. Nigga, I didn't have no producer. It was just Glasses. So I'm not mad at anything, but the point I'm saying, when you saying the Owls kind of run with it, that's just what it's going to be. And Dot is prepared. Like, one thing I when I do say something to Kendrick, I always make sure and remind him that he's prepared for the moment. Like, it's okay if people don't like you, homie. Like, you used to people not liking you. Like, it's okay, but still be the biggest success you could be. Like, you owe it to everything that niggas been through. If I need to tell him that. All the shit we've been through, all them tours, all the doors slammed in our face. Times people wouldn't show us love. Times people hated on us. Times where it was fucked up. Times where they was in that back room eating chicken. Times where me and Top trying to figure out my career. He trying to help me. Times when J-Rock, things with Warner, when it fell apart. All that shit, nigga, you owe success at the highest level. Don't, like I always say, there was a moment I felt genuinely where he just was happy that he made it. And he was making a living and everything was cool. And I'm like, that's not enough. What that nigga saying that song, not enough? I'm like, nigga, I remember that. I remember being on him like, nigga, you can have it. And he got the #1 spot. Now do whatever you want to do. You, nigga, you owed it to the struggle. That nigga, all our whole generation, Nip, me, you, nigga, Bishop, Mikey, nigga, Mike Stroh, nigga, Problem, nigga, Bang.
Yeah, let's see what he got to say right here, y'all. We know him from the collages. Let's see what he got to say.
I absolutely think there's a difference between someone's unique style and what they're known for versus a regional sound and a regional style. I think the thing with Drakeo the Ruler and Kendrick Lamar, in which Drakeo the Ruler's father, rest in peace to Drakeo himself, said that he heard songs on Kendrick's GNX that sounded like his son would have made it. And to that I say, to those records, they remind me more of just Bay Area West Coast stuff. E40, Sugar Free, right? Like when I hear that, that's what I
Yeah,
think
look.
of. What I
Y'all do y'all homework on Sugar Free. Hey, your panties is made to keep your ankles warm. Hey, look, that stuck with me. If you listen to some Sugar Free, you will understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
I think the thin line here is that Draco the Ruler himself, some of y'all haven't heard him, he lived in that space. He occupied that space. Almost all the songs he did was in that realm. So I could see when you hear someone, especially a major artist like Kendrick doing that now, you think of Draco. And months ago, I do remember people actually taking Draco's vocals and putting it on, records like A Now and Peekaboo, and it worked. It fit. And I was like, oh yeah, sounds about right? Now, I'm not really a big fan of like you own a flow in hip hop, but I see that people use that as a point of contention, arguing and discrediting people. But at the same time, I've seen this with Jay-Z, Young Chris. I saw this with Drake and XXX. I saw this with Gilly and Wayne. What I'm more concerned about is somebody saying you stole their songs or you stole their lyrics. But in terms of flows, you take these flows from these people, they still most likely have a career, right? So there's that.
And this the thing, they saying Kendrick is stealing, but we got back to back songs of Drake stealing people's stuff. So I mean, they need something. They want get back, bro. These OV hoes want get back. That's all this is about. That's all this is about, y'all.
That I think flows are meant to be passed around, especially if you're in the same cliques, you live in the same regions. There you have it. Now, lastly, on this topic, I will say this. When Draco's father got into the politics side in terms of maybe why Kendrick didn't at least give a nod to Draco, I can't speak to that. I'm not from that area. Apparently, LA County West Coast stuff gets weird. I do know, other people that have that Draco style. AZ Chike was on the project. I heard they may have had something with Angle Weird, Dodie Six. You see what I'm saying? That sound, right? So there's that. Now I do know somebody.
I heard a lot of those guys give Drake the Ruler his prop. It was like that was the sound. You know what I'm saying? He led a lot of younger artists with that sound. Kendrick is looking for that sound to put people on. I'm gonna put people on this GNX. We gonna create an album. What's the sound? That's what we rolling with. You know what I'm saying?
Pointed out to me that Kendrick, when he said the big face Buddha line, that apparently might have been an ode to Draco, and people are supposed to know that. I can't. Right? We got to be cognizant of what we know and what we don't know. But yeah, his father says the rhyme pattern, the syncopation, all of that was pretty much the same. But I think he was a bit, grief is weird, man. Y'all got to be, this is still his son. Right? And I thought he dealt with it because no jumper, man. No jumper is no jumper. That's all I'm going to say about that. I thought he addressed that pretty well. I thought he addressed it pretty well. And I think that some people who aren't open to having these conversations because, they think like, oh, you're just hating on Dot and it's no jumper. They might take it a certain way. But to me, I think this is a conversation that can be had. And I think it's just more having, a convo about the Bay Area sound being picked up by a guy who never just lived there like Draco Ruler did. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. And by lived there, I meant like lived in that space of sound, not the area. I get it. It's from West Coast. They're both from the West Coast. I just feel like somebody's gonna misinterpret that.
Yeah, man. With the OV hoes, they representing somebody who come way from Canada. Mind y'all damn business, bro. Mind y'all damn business. That's what they got going on over there. I know this. Ain't nobody write Kendrick Lamar lyrics. He write his own lyrics. You can't say the same about Drake. So really what this boils down to is that they need some ammo to discredit Kendrick Lamar. That's what this is about. They need some type of ammo. And we already know Adam 22, Academics, Vlad, who else? Maul. They all a part of that.
Gonna be some special
OVO shit. That's what that's what they on. You know what I'm saying?
I have a lot of.
But yeah, I encourage y'all to go listen to Drakeo. When I heard him, I like his flow. I like it. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was I seen what on somebody had posted the squabble up scene and the candles was lit, you know what I'm saying, for all the fallen ones. And it said R.I.P. You know, so they were saying, some people were saying that was him giving them homage. But so what they think is that he didn't specifically say shout out to Drakeo. Like, I don't know no artist who gonna sound similar to where they from. Like they should be able to sound like where they from. They should be able to do that. I never heard an artist come out and say, yeah, I want to thank such and such for his flow on this album. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, I want to thank him for his flow. Like, nah, that's how Cali sound. Like, that's a Cali sound. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all of this is to discredit all the accolades, all the Grammys, all this winning that Dot been doing. That's what this is about at the end of the day. The OVOs is still mad, so they trying to figure out anything. They bringing out, old videos and all of that. I don't know what Drakeo and Mustard had going on. I don't know what ideas was passed around and all. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Go listen to Sugar Free and Drakeo, and put some Blueface up in there too. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.